Hi friends, welcome back to Know Your Role. Today, we're learning about somebody that has 3 swords. Why do they have 3 swords? I don't know, but choppy chop away, do your thing. Let's figure it out. Today we're talking about one of the most highly controversial classes in the game. You either love them or you hate them. They're Deathblades. Now, what is your job in a team fight? Your job is to get as many knockups and as many rolls as you possibly can. You've got low cooldowns, you've got great damage, you've got tier 2 immunity up the ass. You are a wild class to experience. But one of the things I see a lot of Blades doing is not using their mobility efficiently. And a lot of people think that they just have infinite mobility and they don't. Their mobility, while great, is not the best in the game. So you're going to want to use it most of the time for navigating the fight and switching between targets, rather than just running away or using it to wholly engage and chase down one target. One of the big things in Lost Ark in general is being able to peel for your team, and that's another thing that Blade excels at so well. There are 2 skills that you have that have tier 2 immunity that you use as engagement tools. The first being Dark Axle, the second being Upper Slash. One of your most effective engagements is Dark Axle into stun, and while you're in the fight, one of your most effective engagements on several targets is Upper Slash. Now with Dark Axle, you use that into a stun, yeah, you're feeling good. But if you have to use something like a surprise attack, which while it is good, you've got to be really careful because it isn't protected, and using it as an engagement can get you knocked out of your combos that you're planning on. So you have to be very mindful of what you're doing in your engagements because you only have one really true protected skill. You're looking at your engagements as Axle in, go for a stun, get a combo, and then you want to look at your disengages as leaving surprise attacks Blade on the ground and moving away from the opponent when they can't counterattack you. That's probably the most efficient way. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of leeway where you can use surprise attack to move to the next target and almost guarantee that you're going to force CC onto the target you were just on, make them either roll or make them have to waste something to try and counterattack, but you're already moved on to the next target, so there you're protected from what you were doing. It's just ideas like this to always want to keep yourself protected, even though Blade has a lot of protection of their own. Now that we've looked at skills as one of the reasons that Blade is strong, let's look at its identity. The identity of Blade, you're able to charge up, get a damage boost, get a cooldown reduction going, and this charge up, this initial activation of identity, is tier 2 stagger immune. So you can't be knocked up, you can't be staggered or paralyzed. You can be tier 3 CC'd in this. So that's one huge part that you can have protected parts of your combo. And the second activation of your identity, which is the slash, the damage component of it, is also tier 2 protected. This in itself is such a snowball effect for this class, and that's why people get so frustrated with it, is because as long as you're gaining identity, you're getting orbs, you're in advantage, you're just snowballing the advantage further and further and further, forcing people into negative positions because you could just counterattack or stop a knockup from happening and then move with the increased movement speed and then turn around, get a combo, and combo into a very high damage identity skill. Blade's Awakening is something that's absolutely game-changing when it comes to this class. Not only does it have a great kit on its own, but its Awakening is so crazy that it's able to completely shut down the morale of a whole other team. You see a Blade get a 3-man Awakening in the beginning of the game and you're just like, oh no. You start playing a little bit slower and you let the Blade take advantage of your team, and then you're in such a deficit that it's almost impossible to climb back out of. So keep in mind that you can absolutely turn games on their head with Awakening, and if you're saving Awakening for later in the team fight or later in the game when you're getting the damage bonus, Jesus, it gets even more effective. But not always the best case scenario to save it. There are a lot of ways to play Blade effectively, and hopefully this helps you kind of get an idea of what you should be doing on Blade. Friends, we were checking out Odivin again. Odie is an amazing Blade and a very smart player. One of my teammates, obviously I gotta put him in the video because he's a monster. Thank you, friends. Follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/Odavent. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. It's been wonderful talking to you again. Thank you for watching Know Your Role. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.